How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel for another MMO news drop featuring the highlights from all that's happened over the past 2 weeks. So let's get straight to the news, beginning with Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet turned up at PAX East with teasers about the new type of story content players will be getting with Visions of the Past, Steel and Fire. We now know that the full trailer will drop on March 3rd, and from what the teaser shows us, players will use the scrying pool to jump back in time and play as Ryland Steelcatcher, and we'll get to learn how everything unravels with where the story is currently. In the meantime, Guild Wars 2 has also dropped its February Competitive 2020 update, featuring Swiss tournaments, mini-seasons, the profession updates, and much more. The highlight here is probably the new Guild Rider Warclaw skin reward track that players can unlock for about 200 gold, and at the end of it, there will be a brand new mount skin to earn. Something players have been asking for quite a while now, which is an alternative way to earn skins besides from the gem store or loot boxes. Up next, The Elder Scrolls Online has dropped Update 25, the Harrowstorm DLC for PC players, which means the Dark Heart of Skyrim year-long season adventure has now officially begun. The update, which is free for all ESO Plus members, introduces 2 new dungeons, new rewards and achievements, plus everyone, including non-ESO Plus members, can already start the Dark Heart of Skyrim storyline prologue quest. ZeniMax has also dropped some info about performance updates coming in Q2 of 2020, which includes more server fixes, frame rate improvements, and combat ability tweaks, all of which you can read more about in the pinned comment down below. Moving on, it's been over a week and more since Final Fantasy XIV dropped its patch 5.2, Echoes of a Fallen Star, featuring new story content, raids, and other features. This past week, Square Enix announced more good news for players that just can't get enough of the Shadowbringers expansion. Beginning this week until early April, the studio will be dropping episodes about the creation of the Shadowbringers expansion in a documentary-style format each week, with episode 1 already out and full of good-to-know behind-the-scenes info that fans will definitely appreciate. I'll post a link to the first episode down below. News from World of Warcraft Classic now, and first up, the WoW token has been added to WoW Classic in China. The reception from this move isn't very well received, but it's important to note here that the regions are separate, you guys, and the Chinese version has things that North America and EU and Oz doesn't have, so there's no need to freak out just yet. Secondly, Blizzard has announced its upcoming content unlocks for Classic, starting with Arathi Basin, which arrives on March 10th, while Zul'Gurub and Green Dragons will make its way in-game come April 2020. Over in Black Desert, the MMORPG has been dishing out the usual succession updates for its classes on PC and console, but probably the news highlight over the last week or so is that crossplay has finally happened for its console versions, between the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Players can now play with each other, but they aren't all that happy if you browse the reactions on various platforms, as console bugs and other optimization issues still haven't been sorted out yet. This past week, Pearl Abyss has also launched the global closed beta test for its standalone battle royale game Shadow Arena, which once used to be part of BDO before being cut out. Shadow Arena features 40 players bashing each other using BDO's combat system and classes, until one emerges as the victor. Right now in the beta, there's few modes available, from team matches to practice matches, and keys are available from Pearl Abyss's official social media platforms and from some news sites as well, so keep an eye out for them. Quick word about Blue Protocol, the Japanese anime MMORPG that's getting lots of folks hyped up. A week or so ago, there was a lengthy developer livestream that dropped all kinds of information, including which region will receive the game's launch first. And apparently the translations were mixed up, so a Redditor has cleared this up. And here's what's happening. Blue Protocol will still be tested in Japan first with its planned CBT, but for launch, the developers are aiming for a global release on day 1, which includes, of course, North America and EU. That's great news, and we also learned that the game will be free to play. Up next, if you're interested in Cryptic's Magic Legends MMORPG, this past week, IGN got plenty of in-game footage featuring the game's newly revealed class, the Beastcaller. The 17-minute video shows off plenty of combat featuring the new class, but more importantly, you'll also get to see some story and questing mechanics in action with voiceovers too, if you are curious about how the total package is coming along. You'll find the link to IGN's video down in the pinned comment. Now, upcoming RVR MMORPG CROWFALL has a new developer diary out covering the new THRALL system, which will arrive with the War of the Gods update. Thralls are spectral entities that players can take down in-game for benefits and rewards to craft unique and powerful stuff, which is related to the player's soul essence and soul gems. For non-CROWFALL players, this is a pretty deep system to explain due to how major disciplines work in-game. but just know that the addition of the new system now spices up campaigns and warfare when players are deciding which faction to back and help. The full post can be found down below. Blade & Soul recently dropped its February 2020 producer's letter, and to summarize it all up, players have quite a few things to look forward to this year. The one thing everyone in the West wants is the Unreal Engine 4 update, obviously, and the devs have said that they're aiming to launch that globally by the end of 2020, which is great. In the near future, though, players can look forward to more new specializations, new dungeons, the conclusion of the Act 11 storyline, and a bunch more. As usual, you can find the link to the producer's letter in the pinned comment. Next up, let's talk about some Population Zero now. After much secrecy, the developers have revealed the release date, and it's going to be launching come the 5th of May on Steam, and it will cost about $30 US. That also means that they've changed from a free-to-play game to a buy-to-play game, and in their words, they are definitely keeping out of the pay-to-win territory. They had a closed alpha recently, and so far, rumors are that the game is pretty unique, with new players having 7 days in-game to survive via crafting, building, and clan warfare before the planet kills everybody. For those that have heard of Echo of Soul, this South Korean MMORPG is apparently getting a huge overhaul. Its developers, Blue Potion Games, have announced that a new version titled EOS Red will be hitting the Korean server sometime next month, featuring new dungeons, gear, systems overhaul, and overall improvements. Echo of Soul does indeed have 2 Western versions available right now which you can play, with one being on Steam and the other directly from Area Games, but there's no mention about EOS Red hitting the West anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Bless Unleashed has officially launched its HEADSTART access this week on the Xbox One console. Available for owners of the Ultimate Founders Pack, they can now jump in and tell us if anything's changed since Blast Online debuted 2 years ago. For the rest of the Founders Pack owners, the Exalted Pack players will get in on March the 5th, and the Base Pack owners will join in last on March the 12th. There's HeadStart exclusive events going on right now too, like daily login rewards, so hey, go have fun and report back if it is indeed fun. And last but not least, bad news if you're a Spirit Wish player, Nexon's party-based story-driven mobile MMORPG. Unfortunately, the South Korean version of the game will be shutting down on April 1st, 2020, of all the dates to pick, really. It is unknown currently if international and localized versions will be impacted by this, as Nexon has done this before, where they've shut down a Korean version of a game that still exists or is still running in the West. Either way, if this is an MMO that you play, prepare for the worst. And that's all I've got for now, folks. My apologies for not uploading over the past couple of weeks as I've been sick as hell, but I'm back. Thanks for waiting. As ever, if there's news for a game that you play which isn't covered here in this video, do share what's going on with the rest of us down in the comments. Hit the like button for the love of MMOs, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to never miss a video. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.